What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the show. It's Thursday, so you know what we about to do. It's time for that Thursday night indie spotlight. I am your host, the Saint. With me, as always, that son of a bitch hit the button.
I did, because it's my cue. That's my cue.
Oh.
David Nesticato coming to you here live with the Saint for the Thursday night indie spotlight, and always with me, Lorenzo, the llama.
Oh, it's kind of glitching out, but yeah.
He's here. He's hanging out with me.
Gotcha, dude. What a fucking couple weeks, right?
Man, we've been busy back to back every weekend now. At this point,
I'm actually glad. I'm taking the weekend. I'm taking a weekend. This weekend here, I've got some family stuff going on. You got to handle what you got to handle. So
true. I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I told you, back in PA, and we'll be back again down Virginia, North Carolina, neck of the woods in about another week or two. So,
right on, man, dude. So I've been paying a lot of attention to what's been going on online as of late. There's a lot of people talking a lot of different ways about a lot of different things. Allow me to elaborate.
Welcome to the internet, Ron.
So, yeah, that's not exactly where I was going with that. Well, a couple of things that are kind of important, especially in relation to us,
Right.
You got people talking about promos. You got people, challenging people to go out and cut promos. You got another dude who we know who's saying, I don't care who you are cutting a promo. I'm just going to do one against you, whether you're talking about me or not. So,
good old Logan Quindell. I love him. And you know what? And I don't blame him.
You just have people that are out there trying to get that gumption up, and I appreciate it. I think that's fantastic. Same. So you got that. Then you've got these other folks out there. Why wouldn't you book me when I'm sharing a poster and I'm cutting promos and I'm doing more, but you choose to book the same people that don't do nothing for a show? That gets a little hairy. So okay. One of the statements I heard from one of the so-called superstars was, well, Hogan didn't share a promo on Facebook, or Hogan didn't share it. Yeah, motherfucker, Facebook wasn't a thing. But you look at social media and you see Roman Reigns with videos and poster shares and picture shares and all this other shit across multiple facets of it. And Roman Reigns right now is the guy, right? He's what you would consider the guy? I would consider the guy.
At the moment, yeah.
Some of the most popular shit you're seeing on Instagram, I don't know about Snapchat, but Instagram and things like that, it is Rhea Ripley and Dominic. They're like social media darlings right now at this point. You know what I'm saying? So if they're on that level and they're doing all this shit, what makes you think we ain't got to do it on this fucking level? That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, it's a disconnect, and I don't get it. Like, you're trying to get seen, you're trying to get your name out there, you're trying to get the promotion's name out there. Why wouldn't you take advantage of it? Social media is such a big platform. Everyone should be using it.
It is. I mean, so I scroll through my Facebook page and checked it the other day just because I wanted to know kind of, where I was on posting shit. Because I know I post a lot of things, dude. I looked at it and it's like 90-something% wrestling related, 95% wrestling related.
Same in my timeline. It's always going to be wrestling related most of the time. Yeah.
I don't do
either
much.
That or it's either that, gaming, or conventions. But yeah. Same.
I don't do much in the way of personal stuff anymore. I also found myself, like your memories, your history memories that pop up on Facebook. I go through mine and delete shit. I really do. If it says politics, it's in the fucking trash can. I don't keep it there anymore. It's not because I don't want people to know what I'm about. You want to know what I'm about? There's a real simple way to do this. You tell me which bar you want to meet me at, and that has an outside smoking section, and I'll bring the cigars, and you buy me a beer, and then we can have any conversation you want, but it's going to be in person. Because I feel like inflection is lost via text and social media. This bullshit.
That's true.
I feel it's terrible.
A lot of gets lost in translation. Yeah, it's
Right.
true.
That's where I'm at. So I've gotten to the point of, oh, I'm cleaning my social media up. You know, I try to keep a lookout for any promotions I work for, any promotions we work for. If they post something, I try to hit the share button, right?
Same.
Because we predominantly are successful in what we do. So we want that success, radioed out to everybody. We get to go and perform in front of crowds, and we get to go and meet just a ton of people. Dude, that Waxhaw show I was at last week with XWW, 350 plus, just ridiculous. I left my, is this it? No, this is not it. I left the paper in the other room, and I'm not going to go get it. I could tell you a handful of the matches. Christopher Prince retained in a fatal 4-way. Saeed Al Sabah retained in a triple threat. Just stellar matches. Oh, Cam Jackson and Jordan Holt retained via disqualification against Whiskey Business, who threw a fucking keg, a beer keg. Yeah, well, all right, hold on.
I would throw a keg, but go on.
Not a beer keg, but a beer keg. Not the little Heineken Joker you can get at Walmart.
The tap.
No, it's about 2.5 foot tall and about the size around a basketball. They threw it or were swinging or whatever, but the crowd was insatiable. You could not give them enough. My whole thing is this: there are people out there who love the chaos of a wrestling show. I don't mind the chaos of a wrestling show, but man, when I get carnage at a wrestling show, now I'm there. Like it's like you got chaos, then you got carnage, and I'm more of a carnage person. I that even applies to Marvel, just to let you know. I'm more of a carnage fan than
Boo, boo.
Oh, dude, especially Superior Carnage. Oh my God, yes, the Superior Carnage line is one of my favorite lines. Well, we're talking,
Marvel.
comics and shit. I'm trying to make sure I've got all my shit lined up, dude. There's a lot coming up between, July. Thank God. July is just busy.
Now in July, yeah, there's so much coming up. I had to take a break, taking care of some stuff anyways. I have to free up some of the weekends. But yeah, from now till July, we're pretty much booked. And then now August is coming into things. It's we're gonna be pretty busy. We're gonna be pretty busy this summer.
September is legitimately slam packed front to back already. I can only announce some of it. I can only cover so much of September because we haven't been given the go ahead to go ahead with the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's like
we can't say much.
So we've got some chisme coming for September. In a few, did I say it right that time? Did I say it right?
Oh, well done. Well done. The tea is hot. The chisme just dropped, and Ron said it right. Look at that.
Oh man, look, fucking winning today. Winning, just winning. It's what we do. All we do is win, no matter what.
Tiger blood. Tiger blood.
Yeah, tiger blood. Yes. And not too many people get that reference or that joke, but it's okay. We do, so it's fine. We're supposed to have a guest. The Indie King himself is supposed to be here. We're waiting on him to arrive. The ICE heavyweight champion.
Hold on. The reigning king.
Yes. The reigning king.
Say what's
yes.
Put some respect on him. He's the king, Ron. Come on.
I do put respect on it. I said it, which means I acknowledged him as the king.
Because he acknowledged us.
Yes,
yeah, we must acknowledge him.
Yeah, he knighted us, which is weird. So it's like I'm a sainted sir, a third saint, or a sanctified. I don't know.
A duke? I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't get it. I don't know how that works. Cody Purish, what's up? We also got Scott Larson chimed in. What's he got to say? I'm trying to There it is. Stop making me more jealous. I live vicariously through all of you guys. Keep up the great job. Love sharing everyone's work when they're giving 100%. Bro,
Oh,
thank you.
stop it! Stop it!
Appreciate that. Dude, something's been ringing in my head the last couple of days, and I haven't been able to articulate it properly. So I haven't said it yet. there's this there's this thing going on right now, right, man, with people talking about wanting to do this and wanting to do that and wanting to do all this shit. The problem is you got people out there who just want to do things to say they did things. Whereas you've got other people who want to be the best at everything that they do. So I guess where I'm coming from is this: I don't want to do anything that's not quality. I don't want to do things unless I can be good at what I'm doing. And I don't understand people who are out there like, oh, yeah, I do this, this, this. this. Okay, I'll help facilitate some shit that I might not, 100% say, yeah, that's my product. But if I'm going to do something, I'm going to put it all out there. I, you know, I,
I can dig it. I respect it. Um,
if
I
you're
mean, when we're
look at
doing this or we're doing a show, I strive not just for excellence, but I want to make sure that the show does well, and you want to add on to the show,
right,
or any event really, just show any event that we go to. We want to make sure we add on to, bring more eyes to,
right,
elevate it in some shape and form.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
I,
so. You and I both worked call center experience, recently. And I always wanted to do a really good job, but in turn with that, there came some backlash for doing too good of a job.
yeah, yeah,
That's happened, and that comes from a laundry list of issues on a 20-year career. Essentially, is the way to put that. Um, and I count 20 years because I count the moment I started getting paid doing something to now is my career span,
yeah.
not legal age of whatever the fuck ever.
No, I get it because I
Right,
was in the same boat. I got in trouble for you're going above and beyond, Mr. Escobar. I used to hear, or Mr. Estacado. Yeah, there's a reason why. You want to go above and beyond your customers' expectations, do you not?
well, I would think of it like this: if I'm in the medical field, let's call a spade a spade. Hey, all right, hey David, you're a nurse. You're a nurse. If you're a nurse, don't you want to be the best fucking nurse? You want to be the best because you want to do the best you can for that patient and the family of that patient. Right? If you're a lawyer, you want to be the best because you're going to win the most cases and make the most money. I guess would be the way to that, or you'd be the best at doing what your job. So why wouldn't you want to be the best when it comes to professional wrestling if you're in it? So follow me here, follow me. If you're in it, then that means going to the trainings, paying for top quality, training. That means investing in proper gear. That means investing in yourself and your marketability. That means all those different aspects come together when it comes to this is entertainment industry. And people don't realize it's entertainment and it's a business. So the business end of the shtick, you've got to take into consideration the ways that you can utilize this as a sole proprietorship to cut down the cost. Because believe me, I get it. I get it. Not everybody's made of money. Neither am I. There's this wonderful thing called business license, LLC, INC, sole proprietorship, all those things. Guys, if you need some help, I can introduce you to some people that can give you some great ideas on how to make yourself make more money.
Yeah, especially because considering that this is you're an independent contractor.
Right.
This kind of be set up as a job or a private product or a brand. You can license your brand. You get the LLC, use it as your brand, and that is tax writable. That's all the gas you're using, all the
Uh,
expenses for that, the gear itself,
Bro,
seminars. They could all be tax write offs as going towards your being used towards your brand.
my mileage last year was ridiculous. I had All right, so you get like 50 something cents a mile for write off. We'll just be I'll be vague and we'll say 50 cents a mile for write off, right? I had like I don't remember the number, but we'll be kind and say 4 to 5 thousand miles. So 50 cents per mile. Follow me here. This is a real easy equation for anybody who's not real good with math. Point 0.5, that's your 50 cents, times 5,000 is 2,500. So in other words, that's $2,500 in write offs right there, right off the kick on taxes. Now, you know, I got the Rugrats, so I got deductions. But not everybody has kids. And a lot of people, if you think about it, if you pay taxes at the end of the year, but you had write-offs, that's it. As a sole proprietorship, it's a small independent company. And you also got to look at it as it's not a loss or a gain. You got to look at the overall numbers. The government doesn't want to deal with somebody who's got $10,000 in loss every year. No, they're going to make you restructure. However, when it's little numbers, they're not really all that bitchy about it. It's small business. This is part of what makes America America is the small business and the freedom to do things in pursuit of happiness. So, therefore,
And speaking of which, this is a good segue because I have a good wrestling uncle who's actually doing a seminar on this. Good old the incredible William Huckabee and his partner are actually doing a seminar on merch and selling merch and how this could be how to make money doing that as a brand. So you better sign up for that because he only has 10 spots. So if you're not doing that down in good old Atlanta, then you're missing out. You probably should sign up for that.
10 spots.
Only 10 spots because he wants to do it like a small class, make sure everyone gets on one-on-one with him and his partner and what they're talking about and how they're going to do it. Definitely jump on that.
Well, I actually want to schedule and set up I want to build a seminar actually, and I want to call it the business of the business because I want to use guys who A have been in the business or B are businessmen. So, for example, for all intents and purposes here, Bill Hazelwood been in this industry for like 22 years, 23 years, some shit, and he's been in business for like 40. So the guy knows this business and he knows business. Then you got guys like Michael King, another very smart businessman, right? So I want to utilize guys like that and segment what kind of what they talk about. You know what I mean? Like this one helping you with paperwork and this one helping you with the ideas of how to or what you can justify.
Like how to copyright something or how to make sure that you have a licensing for certain things or how to protect yourself, copyrights and
another name I've
marketing merchant.
Exactly. Another name that I've thought about contacting in regards to this was actually Tracy Myers from AML.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
And the reason I say that is because successful businessman, successful wrestling promoter. This would be. Think about the possibility.
The man's written a book about it. So definitely.
And I'm trying to think.
And if you're watching this, Tracy, we definitely would like to have you on here and actually talk about that because that's a good idea.
Didn't he do? I think he did the Lowdown Popcast early on in their show, and the interview was fantastic. If I think that was him. I'm fairly confident I'm right when I say Tracy Myers did. If I'm wrong, it was either somebody connected to that or it might have been somebody from Southern Honor. I know the guy from Southern Honor was fucking hilarious. He was awesome on their show. I like their show anyway. Scott Larson right now is doing his thing with this Tennessee group, and I know that Larson's having a little bit of a tinker with his health, and thoughts with you, big guy. Let us know if you need anything. But when it comes to the Tennessee bunch, what I find weird, we here in we're predominantly operating and functioning in the Carolinas region. We do a little bit Virginia. Well, we do a little bit in Georgia. We do a little bit in Virginia. We got some branches out there. But as far as things like Tennessee goes, you got to focus more on where, in my opinion, I'm looking at it as we got to focus on where our audience predominantly is. Now, if his audience is growing and his audience is in Tennessee, then fan fucking tastic for you, big guy. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Um,
great. Actually, some of our now in Tennessee. Since thank you to shout out to Heroes and Legends Wrestling. So thank you, Mr.
oh,
Jason Maples.
oh yeah, we had a great God. That was a fun weekend.
That was fantastic.
It
I'd
was fun.
love to do another one
It-
and do what we're doing now because I mean that was great. I mean that put eyes not only on us but on him and the talent that were there. I mean, one hand washes the other
right, and
type of
so
situation.
well, I mean, we got other conventions coming up this year. We've got WrestleCade, we've got the Gathering, and then there's another Heroes and Legends round coming. There's a ton of shit going on. I just don't know. I'm trying to watch my calendar and compare it to that convention because certain conventions, I'm if I'm already booked for a show, I'm not going to I'm not going to drop the booking to go work a convention. I'm not doing it. It's not there for me to do it. You are, my friend. If I'm booked and you're not, you're more than welcome. Amen.
I'll
Hell
happily
yeah.
do so. I got a couple conventions I do just yearly, anyways, that I need to start promoting because they're right around the corner. So
I got another one
yeah,
of those coming up. I'm waiting on the final go ahead to please fucking announce that in North Carolina. God, that's going to be so much fun.
yeah,
I will make it a point to make sure that you and Miss Kate get down here for that one. If that one occurs, I'll make it a point to get you guys here because that would be a blast.
that sounds like fun.
Especially with knowing what I know about that convention already.
Oh God,
And yes, indeedy, feed the needy. Good God Almighty, I got to get y'all here for that one. That was going to be awesome.
that sounds like trouble. Is
Oh,
what you're saying.
it's going to be trouble. But and tell Miss Kate I will bring my little girl because my little girl is going to love this convention a whole lot.
Awesome. I
So
actually
there,
wanted to pull up that poster for Mr. Huckabee. This is what I was talking about: the All Star Special and IWE present Merchant Area one on one. What to bring yourselves? Make sure you bring a pen and paper. Make sure you bring an open mind and some of your merch. They want to see what you guys are working with. Only 10 spots available. Admissions $40. Reach out to Huckabee and have a good time with Hold My Beer Hansen and J2 Strong and learn what it is, what it means to have merch, kind of how to make some extra cash in the business, and learn from some of the guys in the best. And I quote, I won't be there, but Huckabee himself has called me a merch guru. So we want to reach out when you get a chance for that too. So I can
well,
help you with that.
you and I have had really good conversations about merchandising and licensing and things like that. And I think that I think we've got a good grasp on the things that we want to produce in time.
Mhm.
Uh, right now, we're peddling at our shows that we go to. This is that we're peddling our wares as we're working, and that's cool. Um, online store
Well,
is definitely in our future. So,
yeah, most definitely. We got some comments here.
yep, let's catch
Uh,
up.
the
Who is the
irony in this
guest?
one. You're the promotion we have on, you silly goose. We need you on.
The guest star is supposed to be the
Be here,
Indie King
indicate
JT.
yourself.
But I've sent the invite to the Mr. Indie King, and I'm hoping he shows up in a moment. We'll catch up on that. Check this out, Scott Larson. This was talking about the wrestlers getting in a funk here.
Mhm.
Some people get in a routine, become comfortable, and stop climbing. Hey, look, and I agree with that. And yeah, of course, it's not geared toward. And I'm not poking fun at anybody. I look, I get that I insult a handful of people on the regular, and I really don't give a fuck about them anyway. But the point is, I'm saying it as in general statement, as not just somebody who works here, but somebody who enjoys being here. I think that's the difference. I also still like being a fan because, and you know where I get that from is actually my kid. I get that from her because when I get to see her light up from whatever happened, it made every. I don't fuck the envelope. I don't care about that. Did you see that? I don't care. That's me. That's what I've turned into at this point. And I trust me when I tell you, I didn't expect to be there. Um, I was in it, and I've been in it for simply the escape of my day to day bullshit, the escape of my reality. This is why I'm here, right? And it's turned into like some of the best memories you can create. It's turned into meeting some of the coolest people, interacting with fans, interacting with whatever. Um, the show ended at Waxhaw the other night, 350 plus, like I said earlier, bro. I go out through the side curtain instead of out the front curtain. I go out through the side because I want to catch some air and I don't want to be near the ring or the cameras or none of that shit right now. And there's fans out there, and meet a couple people, shake a couple hands, say hey, whatever.
Kiss a couple babies. I got you. I got you.
No, you shake babies and kiss hands, right? Is that how that goes? Or did I get that? Yes, that's right. I got it right. Right? Wrong.
All right,
I don't know. Anyway,
all right, there, Adam West.
Was that Adam West?
Mayor Adam West.
I thought that was a joke from the Dukes of Hazzard, the shitty one with Johnny Knoxville in it.
I got it off of Family Guy myself, but go on.
Potential. Anyway, so you get to meet the people, and they're like, how long does it take? How do you get into this shit? How long does this go on? And like, how long have these guys been doing this? I'm like, I don't fucking know. It depends. Like that one's like 20 years, and this one, I don't know. He's older than I am by a while. I don't know the answer to this shit, but it's just cool to just. You get to be dumb and tell people you don't know and you really don't, and they think it's the coolest shit. So it's just a cool damn thing, man. Kevin Nasta from D365 Promotions said that damn llama.
He loves Lorenzo.
Everybody
Lorenzo said he was sorry he bit you. You smelled like barbecue.
I potentially,
Kevin makes a lot of barbecue. He cooks a lot, so I'm not surprised.
I'm gonna have to holler at my guy if I ever go that far north.
I think it's worth it just to come to Jersey just to go to Kevin's house at this point.
Jersey, all right, you said Jersey, and that's like the armpit of the Northeast. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. You kind of turned me off right there. Like I was starting, and then nope, you brought it back down when you said Jersey. Let's see here. Oh, Scott Larson, look here. He said, "I love the guys from Washington. Got paid to cover them for a month. You can't turn it down." Hey, I don't. Look,
I wouldn't either.
100%. And that was a question presented to me before. People were saying, "Well, we don't have a need for you. What do you charge to advertise or whatever?" And I was like, "How about we have a conversation about that with, some other business entities involved, and we'll come up with something." Let's talk about it instead of just me shooting a number and you looking at me like I got three heads. Yeah, I feel like there's variables on all this shit. You know what I mean?
True. I mean, you could work something out.
Exactly. That was the conversation I had. I had that with a we'll call it a silent partner in a promotion. I told them that flat out. I'm like, look, we can have this conversation. Bring the promoter on board. Let's talk, and we'll kind of break it down and see where it goes.
And with if it's good, it's good. Includes this. It includes this. It includes us doing promos. It includes us doing shows. We can do pre-shows, post-shows, whatever, all included.
I'll be honest with you. I've actually been thinking yet again. A terrible idea, but I've been thinking about changing the background. And here's my thought process behind this. I was thinking about moving us down, eliminating, taking the companies off the show as far as that goes, because the companies that we work with, while we do have some that we continue to work for, we have a lot of companies that we just stand in and help, and I almost feel like it's not quite as fair because you're working for everybody, right? You see what I mean? It's just something that's run through my head.
Yeah, because
So
we're not just working with these companies on the bottom. We're working with a bunch of new companies.
yeah,
So
exactly. So
I kind of see what you're saying.
it's been a thought. It's been a thought.
Because it'd be kind of weird to post every single company we work with and just kind of plaster all over the place. It's gonna look messy.
It's gonna look like it's gonna look like fucking business cards attached to a poster. It's gonna look weird. I think it's odd. Um, Jesus, no. I listen. I
Increasing revenue.
had.
I just
Hold
agree.
on. I gotta say this, Mr. Nasta. I had to curate somebody to create that masterpiece for the disaster piece up there. You like that shit, didn't you,
I
bitch?
like it. It
I know
looks
you
like
did.
it looks like a button. Like vote for me.
I had that created, and
I
then
like
I
it.
had this stuff sent to a guy who does my backgrounds, and I've paid him for it to have this done. So I understand what you're saying. It's not a 60% increase in revenue, but I get you. Steve Meeks chimed in. Howdy, y'all. Um, look, what's up?
How you doing,
What up,
Cliff? Hey,
Cliff?
we took selfies with Cliff this past weekend. That was fun.
That
That's
is
good.
awesome.
And he
Uh,
replied with tape. No, not that one. What did he say before? Jersey Shore.
sure,
We have sandy armpits.
it's Travis Manning. Recently, right here, this guy Travis got picked up by AWL. He's now in their social media department. That's
Hey, look at
awesome.
that!
So,
Congrats.
congrats, dude. Man, we have a ball. So, the dude was at the David Cody Memorial, had a blast. We had a fun time at that show. But his comment was important too. Wound up supporting over the years because they were good to my kids, so I get it. Right. See,
Yes.
I agree with that. But anyway, looks like our guest has appeared in the backstage area.
Oh, he's in the green room,
Is he?
sipping his champagne, and I don't
I'm
blame
trying to
him.
see. It looks like
As
yeah. Okay, he is ready. All right, so here we go. We're gonna bring on the Indie King JT. What is up, man?
Live in paradise.
Another day in paradise? I got
Yeah.
you.
Another empire conquer, and it's time to do it again. So
I know
far,
you're excited.
longest first ICE champion. I don't think this baby going anywhere. But that's not why I'm here. So let's get that out of the way.
All right, so number one, we have a show coming up. Well, let's rephrase this. I'm unable to make it, unfortunately. I have some family things going on. David has some business to attend to up north. Neither one of us are able to make it, unfortunately, for the show this weekend. What is on tap for this weekend? I got the poster. I
Yeah,
got the
put that baby
poster.
up there. Put that up
Yeah,
there.
I'm
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware, ICE is coming back. And they're going to be here this weekend live, tribute to the troops' deadly enemy at the Priscilla King Arena in Lebanon, North Carolina. Tickets are still available for that. So I would definitely go and check that out this weekend, where you get to see the reigning champion, the king himself, live and in person, ladies and gentlemen. All hail to the Indie King. Yes.
bro.
All right.
So what's up for this? What you got on tap for this weekend as far as the card goes?
Oh, well, for what the Florida sees, it seemed like it got some great talent. The one I'm highly invested in that I feel can be my executioner, or the team could be the executioner of Brute Inc. I see John Washington versus Alex, and I see Diamond Jackson versus Mark James. Those are the two ones I am actually interested of seeing.
I'll,
Dynamite Jackson versus Mark James. Oh, wow. That's going to
dude,
be an explosive matchup. Pun not intended.
dude. Mark James, part of Brutality Inc., right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that dude right there is a bull, and there's no doubt about it. Solid veteran. That has my attention from here.
Yes. I saw that. I was like, whoa, that's going to be a beatdown on one side. But I'm not going to chime in my 2 king sense, I'm just gonna say I feel like this is not going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be a fight.
Yeah, I
Right.
agree. I've seen more than one occasion. I've seen Mark James in action, and brutal is a reason why they thought up the name Brutal Inc. because that is his style. Brutal brawler, offensive, aggressive. I mean, I can put in more synonyms in there, but that is pretty much the epitome of what Brutal Inc. is into. And Mark James is he's going to put up a hell of a fight. He's going to bring it to Dynamite Jackson.
that's a fight. That is a fight. His partner Alex, I see, is versus John Washington. I know John Washington pretty well. He actually broke one of my king tooth.
What?
Yeah, but I got him back. A little sweet kick to the jaw, knocked him out, left him looking at the ceiling. But hey, that's not my fight anymore. I'm more concerned of Bobby Westshire, so Osami.
Oh, Bobby Wasabi.
Wasabi.
Yes, sorry. No offense, Chinese people, Asian, whatever. I don't discriminate, but I don't understand the last name, and to me, I think it's a joke.
Isn't wasabi a drink or something, or is that
No.
spicy?
It's
I thought it
spicy. Look, Bobby Wasabi. It has.
I don't know. But
Is
like
it Chinese or Japanese? It's definitely, or is that Oriental or Asian? I'm lost.
We all on the same page. We don't. But hey, again, we're not discriminating. But here's the thing.
Wasabi is kind of in the ginger family. It's a ground up and made into a paste for sushi lovers to enjoy.
Right, but is that
strong,
Chinese or Japanese?
That's a Japanese.
Okay, so it's not Chinese.
It's
not to correct you, King, but we're all working on developing it, right?
Bobby Wasabi is. I have watched Bobby Wasabi. I've seen him go all up at Firestar. I may have thought he was faking an ankle injury, and I was wrong. Again, we're cool now, but I feel like I don't know whose opponent is. If you're about to drop it, but they're going to have an issue with Bobby Wasabi. The man. What? No.
No. The problem is I watched him too, and he's not bringing nothing different. Okay, this is that 2020. This is 2020 years. This is prom. But in my 2011s, 2010s, I was a kicker. I would kickbox. I kicked everybody. I punched everybody. He's not bringing nothing different. He can punch. He can kick. I could throw the same thing back at him. It's 10 times heavier. So it's going to be another fight.
King, so, look, it's going to be a fight, but look, the guy has won awards. The man has won some championships. He has that Muay Thai style that that's going to be
champion. He's not the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the king. I take opportunity of making examples out of people like this. For instance, Hunter Reyes, I am still getting hounded on that, how I won the match because I outsmarted him. It doesn't matter. As long as I win, that's all that matters. As long as people are coming to, I guess, as y'all say, boo me, that's all that matters because I'm putting asses in seats.
That's business.
I'll give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
That's the business, my friend. You got no complaint from me on that one.
So, but he's going to be a tough cookie there, King. I'm just saying.
See, he might be a tough cookie, but after a while, a cookie gets soft, and it can be easily broke.
Well, or they get stale.
That too.
Yeah.
And he's gonna get sour. He's gonna be a stale, sour cookie because he's not gonna walk away.
Stale, sour cookie.
Yeah. You never heard of that? Have you ever had a cookie that you thought was fresh in a glass of milk that is fresh, and then you dip it thinking that you didn't smell anything else, and then you take a bite of it and it's stale and it's sour? Trust me.
No. Raisin cookies. The raisins do go sour.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. I thought he was talking about sour milk and stale cookies.
No, he was doing that too. But I mean, it was kind of like a double, triple entendre that he was working with there.
Dude, for the longest time, I couldn't keep milk in the house because it would just be gone, right? Recently, it's gotten to the point where I can't keep milk in the house because shit keeps going bad, so I gotta throw it away. I'm stuck in this weird paradox with milk. So I can relate to the stale and sour milk. I got you.
So what y'all feel like? Yeah, I think the other king on my right. Well, I don't know how the picture is, but on my right, he feel like I'm in for a fight.
It's not gonna
Oh,
be easy. Look. I didn't say
so
it's not gonna be an easy fight. I know that.
here's the thing, and this is coming from somebody who I believe I have seen the Indie King more recently than you have, David. So, in my estimation, I watched him outsmart Hunter Reyes. It didn't matter what Hunter Reyes did the entire match. None of it made a damn bit of difference because it was funny to watch Hunter exude all of his energy chasing and trying and failing. Then to just, it was over. It was like, well, damn. Okay. We went from, you went in expecting one thing and it's nowhere near what you got.
Oh no! I was supposed to first a former student that I trained that got into business in Colorado, but somehow from what the upper head says, his flight couldn't make it. I think that was an excuse. He didn't want to fight. He did his little promo and came at me, but yet he no show. Then they put Hunter Reyes against me. Yes, last year in that same building, Hunter had got me. I give him credit. He had got me. He got me to a point that I tapped because I was already injured, but I was not going to risk another injury.
Right.
So this time around, with I'm being full health, he thought he's going to get another win on me and walk away. No. We play my game. We play in my empire, in my kingdom. We play by my rules. And so far, each opponent, no matter what's a 5-way multi-man match or Hunter Reyes, everybody plays by my rules and they get sucker in. I don't have to hit the red thunder bomb. I don't have to use the 360 Emperor Spinebuster. I just got to outsmart you.
Right. I mean, so that's 3 matches we talked about on your card.
There's on this card that they have got it's John Washington versus Alex Everett. It's Rob Kilgore versus Marcus Moth.
Rob Kilgore or Rob Killjoy?
Killjoy. Killjoy.
Okay.
The Duck Man himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the ugly duckling,
right,
Rob Killjoy. Yeah.
All right. Unorthodox. Okay.
And then
unorthodox. I love it.
It's Mark Shane versus Diamond Jackson. What happened to the Divines? And then you have long time. I have stepped in the ring with them multiple times. The Washington Bullets versus the Radical City King, aka RCK.
Wow, that is
okay.
I got a chance to see the Washington Bullets live myself. There's a reason why those guys are up and coming and going to be probably the dominating tag team force.
Up and coming. You did not know the Washington Bullets was almost way in advance before I versed them. I versed them in Georgia. I want to say
I've seen them in Georgia. It's just I haven't seen them up here in the Carolinas. I've seen them in Georgia.
They've been kind of lots here and there, but
I find it funny they're named after a basketball team.
I say this: if they wasn't wrestling, they could play basketball. How much hops they got?
Yeah, dude.
So,
guys have
really?
Air. They got some air. They got some hang time. They got some speed. They got some agility. They're like poetry in motion when those guys start going after a while, man. They're a force to be reckoned with.
Not only give credit, RCK, they've been tagging for a long time, and they can keep. I feel like this is going to be a slobber knocker match, like JR would have said, because it's 2 teams, 2 friends that grew up together and trained together that have also had single matches, let alone tag team matches. So they already know how to fill each other out. But here's the kicker: who's gonna break the ice and take the advantage? Who's gonna cut that ring off first?
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. I saw a hell of a tag match recently where it had the ring cut off and one competitor got their ass whipped for about 90% of the matchup. Those things could be that could be a hellacious way to turn the tides.
Agreed. Agreed. I mean, the Radical City Kings, they themselves are known for their high octane action, high flying action as well. So this could be a full on speed battle between the two. Who's going to catch who? And it's going to be very unpredictable because these guys can hit from any position. So yeah, that's going to be a match I'm going to be looking forward to see those two go at it. It's going to go back and forth, and I don't know. That's too hard to call. I don't know. That could be anybody's game at this point.
Now, there was a one. It was a rumor I had to fix because you have tried to get an interview with me last time in person. And I didn't feel like talking to you. You walked on me on Mike Divine. Yes, you.
Right.
And then there's a video that I'm at training. Went across RCK that's just resurfaced. I'm surprised that's been out there. People think that because RCK, Radical City Kings, and the Indie Kings are all related. No, we're not related, let alone being a team. I have teamed up with one half of RCK, Robin Golfin, RTG, but there's no connection. There's never won't be a connection because I don't feel like they're on the king level.
Okay. Well, I mean, so here's the thing, man. When I walked in there, I was coming to talk to you anyway because I needed to get, you know me, I like to make sure that when I do my job to the best of my ability. So, yeah, I needed to talk to you. And I wanted to ask you a couple questions about your defense, title defense you had coming up. That was one. And two, I wanted to make sure I had all the correct information for when I announced for you that evening. So when I walk through the door and see you with Divine, I'm like, what the hell is he doing in here? Because it didn't make sense to me. So if you're, I look, and I'm not putting you on the spot, JT. I'm really not. If you want to talk about it, talk about it. But if you don't want to talk about it, just tell me it's none of my fucking business and we can move on from there.
No, y'all kings, y'all at the same tables. So I think you now know the scoop a little bit. Divine came to me with a proposition because he wanted to be at the table also. But you have to king versus king recognize king. So in order for me to recognize as a king, something had to be get done. Well, from what this card looked like or what was advertised, I don't see AC Divine. So how can I recognize him at this table if his boys can't rely to be at a show?
You bring up a hell of a point. You bring up a hell of a point, man. So
If you're gonna
here's
be, yeah,
here's my thought. Here's my thought on that. Here's my thought on that. Didn't they end up winning that ICE tag team tournament trophy? They did, didn't they?
All right, we'll
So
do.
hold up. And I'm not trying to interrupt you, sir. I'm really not. What I'm trying to get to is this: from my perspective, if they won that trophy, then we already know that they're a lock for the tag team title tournament. We already know that. So why do they need to be there?
it's a good point.
That's my. Like I say, I'm just. This is me being objective, right?
That's like me saying that, like last interview, I need real opponents. I need the real competition because what they're giving me is not competition. Bobby might be a competition. I might change my view on him. I seen him fight, but I haven't been in the ring with him. So I don't know what to expect other than I know for a fact that I'm going to do what I do best and watch him crumble like a cookie and find the weak point and take the opportunity to win. Now, if you want to call, you won the tag team, tag you're not it, crowning y'all the best tag team in ice. Why take a break? Why cut your own payload? Because you're established as a tag team. That means you and your partner should always have each other back. Meaning, if one's on the show, you should be there because you never know what could happen. Let's say a fight breaks out. And because of this video of me, you interviewing, trying to get an interview, and you saw me with Mike Devine, they might expect me to save him. The king ain't getting his hands dirty.
No.
So that's his partner, his brother, his cousin. That's his job.
We want to say, are you not your brother's keeper?
Like, if I was in a tag team tournament, even though I had a title fence, if I would have picked a partner, let's say I picked my brother Diego. Yes, he's upset with me right now because of the whole thing. But if me and him was in the tournament, I believe we could have won it.
That's 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 a potential possibility there. Definitely is. My thought process, like I say, was if you're saying he ain't there, he might need saving. He might not need saving.
He's showing me just a brute that's already specialized in tag team and singles competition. You're talking.
I don't. Look at it this way, Ron, because I want to play the devil's advocate here. I don't know about you. Look at it. You want to talk tag team? Alex Evans and Mark James both have a matchup at that night. You don't think they're not going to be there? They're going to watch each other back at ringside? Of course. Of course.
Look. So here's the thing. What makes you think just because he's not booked there, he won't be there? I mean,
same question. All right. My brother versus the Infinite Man Timmy Lou at Elevate Pro Wrestling. Wasn't booked, but I was planning on being there. But because I wasn't going to fight my brother fight, and it's time for him to completely grow on his own wings and go on his own profit, from what the picture shows, it doesn't look like he won. Now, if I would have been there.
Look at the poster. You got Bobby Wasabi, you got you. You got.
He's talking about another show.
TIM. And you got, I get what he's saying, but look at this poster. And you got Mark James and you got TIM, right? I didn't see Alex Evans on that poster. But he's going to be there, right?
Yeah.
That's my point.
But the card is already advertised.
Oh.
The card has shown Evans in a single match versus John Washington. What place, what match they're going to be in, who knows? They could be main event. I don't think so because that's my position because I am the champ, but that's besides the point. Let's say they are. We don't know the order of the card.
I'm with you, man, but I'm just saying, just because they ain't on the card don't mean they ain't going to be in the house. I've been in the house and I ain't been on the card.
If AC Divine is at this show, I will in August, because I don't know how their schedule is for July. In August, if he's at that show, I will drop the title and make it vacated.
No.
But here's the catch. If he's at that show. If he's not, I will call out somebody that I feel like is on my level to face in August. Now I don't care, ICE, I don't care if you watch this and it's going to tell me some other bullshit, excuse my language on the podcast. I'm saying I'm calling my shots as a king because what you're lining up me right now is not on king level. This is not elevating us to a higher bracket. That's just my opinion.
Right.
Yes, you give a young, hungry talent, but I am 15 in. That means I know the ins and out of a ring, and I'm going to find a way to win each time.
He has that kingly experience. He has that regal presence in the ring. You hear that?
Right.
You hear
I,
that?
I'm not arguing the points. I am merely trying to say that just because somebody ain't listed, don't mean they ain't there. It's just me. Hey, look, and we can take a look at. You want me to tell you about the David Cody Memorial?
Go ahead.
Jackson Sane wasn't wasn't on the card. Wasn't supposed to be there. Guess who showed up after Black Hat Deion Johnson won the CPW title? Jack's fucking insane. Showed up. Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, because he was at your house.
That's another ball game. That's a whole look. Well, he was. That's close enough to my house, man. That venue was only like 8 minutes away. But I'm like, bro, what the fuck's he
I was
doing?
going to ask you a question, but the king already answered it for me.
Gotcha.
He has the experience. He's 15 years in. He's going to find a way. Bobby Wasabi, you're going to have to bring your A game, your fighting game. It doesn't matter how many trophies you won. It doesn't matter how many belts you got. You're going against the king, the one and only reigning king of the Indies right now, and your current ICE champion.
Right?
Yeah,
Man,
I'm current.
King, I know your time is valuable, my friend. So I'm going to ask you if you have anything else you want to lay out on us, because I know
Anything
we've
you want
talked.
to drop? You go to drop
Yeah.
some cheese, man. Drop some
We
bombs.
got.
Is there anything about?
I know we've had a discussion about July the 1st, but that we ain't had a discussion about July the 1st.
Oh my lord! They got with me on that show too. They don't have an opponent for me, but first time ever, and we don't know how long that's gonna be. But the first time ever, it's gonna be United Pro Wrestling. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
UPW. Okay.
Crossover with ICE, Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay. I don't have a poster for this.
No,
That's
just
all I was informed. But I do know two names besides, well, one other name that's going to be there, and he's the dreadlock
Demolition
the
Machine.
machine. Oh, Bojack. Yes, he is your current UPW champion.
Oh, so we could potentially see a champion versus champion situation here. Ooh.
I don't know, because actually, you know what? I can confidently say Bojack, even though he has not been in as long, has developed a mindset as a veteran, and he has been a wrecking card. Like, he has done his job.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
I've seen him.
If it ever comes occur that it has on that show day, champion versus champion, out of respect for the brand match, I bite to see if I am able to hold my ground against the new younger talent. Like I had, no, wasn't y'all. Somebody else on some podcast where Mark James was on saying that the younger guys just driving him to be better.
That's the good guy.
That was us. Wasn't that?
That was also us too, but it was the good guy.
I
Bad
wasn't
pants.
sure.
Okay.
Not
Good
taking-
guys, bad pants. Okay.
So
good
when I
guys.
saw that, it makes sense to me, because the way I was trained, the way how he was trained, and all the older ones that's in it, we all were trained in a different style, in a different mindset, where they come in on a different scale, where they want to use their body as a lethal weapons. Instead of using just your fist and your mind to cut up your opponent like a dissection on a doctor's surgery table, they want to use their whole body just trying to get a win. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that takes toll on your body sooner or later.
Yeah, you know,
True.
it's
That's
it's a hell of a point there.
I mean, he's not. I mean, look at the last. Speaking of UPW, that matchup Jay Malachi, Sean Cruz. Jay brought it to Sean, but he literally put his body on the line. The kid is flying, high flying, putting his body on the line every single time against Sean Cruz. He put everything he could into it. I mean, you're not lying. That's a prime example of that.
You know,
So everybody that's watching now, if they're in the chat, if not, I'm just letting you know. After tribute to the troops, because this is a show for all the people that's active service. So I don't know if they put on a flyer or even have the discount on the online market store. But if you're active service from Navy, National Guard, Air Force, Army, Marine, your entry fee is $5. So come on down to Lubbockton, watch the King be reign, be great. Watch the Washington Bullets in action. Watch the Infinite Man beat whoever ICE decide to give him. And enjoy the show.
Do it.
And then,
And shameless plug here. If you can't make it to the show, there's a Patreon. The Patreon. What are you doing? Not joining the Patreon, ladies and gentlemen.
right.
Hear from the king himself. The Patreon has different tier systems. Some of them give you early access. Some get you behind the scenes. And some, even better, you get to watch the show live as it happens. And you get extra tidbits behind the scenes of what's going on at Integrity Championship Entertainment. I think we have a link to the Patreon on there. If you can put that on there as well.
Yeah, if you got the link, please do that. JT, man, listen, Indy King, we greatly appreciate your time, man. We need to be in talk about July the 1st. Find out if there's something there for something to do. You know, July
just like ICE, and he telling me at the last moment, like I should be the first person that knows stuff. This is the first time I get to know something in the head, but when I know something, the other kings know something. And all the peasants that watch this and also have subscribed, send stars, share, respect the other kings, and help them grow. Because without y'all techie peasants, we ain't nothing. Without the peasant, my kingdom wouldn't be built.
Right. Man.
I don't know what they call y'all, but I'm calling y'all peasant until I see y'all raised to a king level. And some of y'all have potential. You sign that Patreon, then I'll address you as other kings, but I'm not forcing y'all to do nothing that y'all don't want.
Right. Man,
Fine.
Look. Definitely want to thank you for your time, man.
Always.
As always, I'm going to leave it like this. June 17th, Bobby, at the end of the day, you will bow down.
Oh, Bobby Wasabi's in for a night, man. He's in for a hard night.
It's going to be an explosive matchup. I can't wait for that. And you shouldn't. I put the link in the chat. Follow the Patreon for ICE, and you will find out too how's that's going to go down by watching behind the scenes and watching it live as it happens.
Right. Oh,
man,
dude,
it's
that
he
that
dropped
guy
some
is
bombs.
Intense.
He dropped some bombs here. He dropped some matchups here.
Right. So that's going to be a stellar card, and it goes great into our next segment, which is, the closing segment. But we're going to catch up on posters real quick. Let's see right here. Got all businessman. Each podcast has their reach and niches. I respect each wrestling show. The fans, it grows for us fans. We all know who's getting better and those that are stale. Being more picky in my older age, now I'm pointing comments. Hey, man, look, that's not wrong. You're not inaccurate. And I think talent do that as well. They get more picky and peculiar about shows that they're going to work and where they want to go and things like that. Everybody
more
does.
Quality than quantity.
Yep, there's that. Travis said, thanks, dude. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Scott even said, love that poster. That is a badass poster, the one for ICE. Like I said, we're heading into that next segment anyway. I saw the Bullets in Georgia at a Shikara show years ago. Dude,
Wow.
that's awesome. Oh, on the subject of good business, AWL has made the decision to become a sensory inclusive environment. So be on the lookout for more about that coming up. Dude, that helps because my son, I can't take him to shows because they're so loud. So that's awesome. That's really cool.
Really cool.
That is very cool. I can't wait to see or hear more. You know what, Travis? I will go one better for you. I have an idea. I have a hell of an idea. How about when that information drops, you come on here and we talk about it?
That's a
How
great
about that?
idea. That's
You know,
fantastic.
my mama raised me to be a thinking man. So, another movie reference. If you don't get it, sorry, go watch Four Brothers. Great fucking movie. And then earlier with the Brothers Keeper comment, Ezekiel 25:13, 25:34. I can't remember.
New Jack City, my man. New Jack City.
No, sir. That was Pulp Fiction. It was Samuel L. Jackson did that
As well.
Oh, look at that. So that's a double reference. You double penetrated the reference. How dare you?
That's what I do best.
You double penetrate things is what you do best. That's fucking terrifying. Anyway, let's figure this out. Quest has chimed in. What's up, Quest? Commissioner
sir.
Quest. So Commissioner Quest will be a guest next week on the show because we're going to be talking some up and coming XWW shows. Travis Manning, he said, let's go. Dude, it's on. We're good. We're going to do this. I know I'm not on the show, but I got a question. Okay, what is your question, Quest? What is your question? We are waiting with bated breath, or is it waiting with a bated breath?
Just send him the link so he can come on.
No, well, no. Does he? Quest, do you need a link or are you typing the question? Which one do you want? We'll find out. Does he want a link or does he?
Waited with bated breath.
Oh, it's bated breath. See, it is bated breath. See, I didn't know if it was baited. I was hoping it wasn't baiter. Things. Because see, we're about to talk about the shows we have upcoming. Oh, dude, Quest kicked the shit out of Manny Mac at Lenny Boy. When I tell you that he beat the fucking brakes off of Manny Mac, I mean, like, it was uncomfortable, dude. It was uncomfortable. Other than that,
you put the question.
He did. Do you guys think a gimmick is trademarked in indie wrestling?
It can be.
No. So anything can be trademarked. Anything can be trademarked. Well, he did. You kicked the living shit out of him. Some of the other matches popped into my head when I remembered Quest kicking the shit out of Manny was Thomas Extreme lost to Lil Panda. Angels defeated Uriah. I can see it. I can see it. I can see the. I can see it.
See the light, ladies.
I can see the match, and I lost it that fucking quick. There's a match that happened right there, and I lost it. It was a fucking crazy night. It was fun. But yes, he deserves. So can it be trademarked, or is trademarked in any? So let's unpackage this.
What do you mean by gimmick? Because that's such a broad.
Yeah, we got to unpackage this though. So let's say. What do we do? Yeah, what's a gimmick?
I mean, it depends on what your definition of gimmick is, or what you mean, like their character, a certain thing.
So,
I mean, certain things can be trademark, a catchphrase, a certain look. In a way, I guess can be trademark if done
I'm,
properly.
I'm trying to figure out what we're like really gearing this statement towards. So
Can you elaborate a little bit more, Quest?
how about this? How about this? I'll use one of the most popular gimmicks in the region. We'll say Jack's Insane. Could the Jack's Insane gimmick be oh, you know what? He said send him an invite. And yeah, I know it was at Waxhaw Tap House. Did I say the wrong place? Or did I just not say it was at Waxhaw? Because I've said Waxhaw twice or three times already tonight.
Wax off.
No. Hey, don't. Why are you waxing off with a llama? Like
no, just
oh, well, you had your hands behind the llama. I'm like, why are you waxing off with the llama?
I'm not.
It's
leave the llama alone.
No, it wasn't me. I'm not there, and it wasn't my hands behind the llama. It was you.
I'm going to give Quest this time to ask this question. I'll be right back.
Oh my god. Dude, see, look, this is kind of partially why I don't think I could ever be on air. I would need a team of producers just to edit my content. But it's fine. Oh, I gotta elaborate on that to people tomorrow as well. I've got to explain that to people. The me that people meet in the street versus the me that's on here and the me that's at a wrestling show aren't the same me. They're me physically. Hi, I'm the same guy. But here and here, I'm definitely not the fucking same person. Quest, I sent you the invite. Slide on in when you can. Yeah. Quest is here in the backstage. What is up, man?
What's happening, guys?
You being safe out there?
Out where? You talking about on my motorcycle or on social media? Because I am totally not safe on social media right now.
I mean, being safe on a motorcycle.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Well, yeah, right. I like to be legit. So elaborate on what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm elaborating. I'm going all in because you know me. I don't give three. Oh, this is your show. I don't give three fucks about people's and their feelings and stuff, right?
Cool.
So I was scrolling through social media today, and I seen someone has pretty much a pin up their ass about Little Panda. And as you know, Little Panda. Oh yeah. I'm explain it now. Little Panda is he's over as fuck. You know.
Oh yeah.
He's a gimmick and he's over. And the issue is the original Panda, which was well over 10 years ago. He was Angry Panda. The guy who was Angry Panda back then had an issue. Pretty much was like, you know, oh, you're just gonna steal my gimmick. That's real classy. Fuck us. You know, with middle finger emoji, pretty much.
Right.
So, all right. So you know me because I want to stay professional, and I don't want little catty ass beefs going on. You know, with our Fed. You know, because we all listen. It's indie wrestling. We all out here to do this thing together.
Right.
So, you know, me being, you know, I was like, okay, wait a minute, dude. So like, you're upset for real is what I asked him. But he was just like, that was a, you know, important time in his life. You know, it was a large portion of his life. You know, that was just something dope. I was like, well, okay, I get that, but we meant no disrespect in doing it. You know, it was more or less paying homage to the Panda. It's a hot gimmick, so we brought it back. So, me being who I am, I say this lightly. Me being the peacekeeper. However, I have no problems raising hell either. But me being a peacekeeper, you know, I extend to him. I say, well, look, I get it. Everybody has their memories, especially in this wrestling business, especially when you're not doing it anymore. You have memories that you want to lean on and fall back on. So I asked, I said, look, how about I offer you an extension? How about you make a cameo at Lenny Boys because Little Panda is so over there. Do you know the crowd would pop if Daddy Panda fucking came out, you know, during a match or something? It'd be just something hot, you know what I'm saying? That way your character can go out on top. You know what I mean? Like your memories will be held, you know, and you go out the right way. Needless to say, I was left on red. I know he saw the fucking message, but he did not respond. Okay, that's cool too. I did the professional thing. I did the good thing. I offered that.
You did.
So now, I just happened to jump out. I'm getting gas. I jumped on social media again just to peep it. You got some jabroni just jumps on, and he wants to talk about, the right thing to do would have been to have asked for permission. Okay, here's my thing. I'm a big guy about that permission shit, all right? Number one, we didn't repackage. This is what he said. We repackaged it and then represented. Number one, there's no fucking trademarks that I know of in indies, and those really that have big names, people know not to touch them, in the indies. Nobody heard of a fucking panda for 10 years. That character's been dead.
I didn't know there was a fucking character.
Exactly, is what I'm saying. Like, he was with us about 10 years ago,
So he was part of XWW 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Now,
okay.
And granted, that was our early stage, so it wasn't like we had nearly the talent that we have now, and he was not one of the top tier talents. Anyway, it was a gimmick, is what it was. And it was over. But after 10 years, people have forgotten all about that. So we decided to bring that back. And as you've been to the show, you see how over that is.
Oh, dude, I got proof of how. Look at this.
Yes.
There's Panda with a fan wearing a fantastic T-shirt. I love that shirt.
I like that shirt.
I love that shirt too. You can get one of those shirts at any Lenny Boy or Waxhaw Tap House event we're at. Any XWW event I'm at, you can get one of those shirts.
Right. The whole thing, like I said, I did the professional thing. I reached out to the original Angry Panda. I said, hey, make it, because he don't wrestle no more. And I don't even think his fat ass can fit in the panda suit right now. It's been that long. It's been 10 years.
Whew.
But, I mean, it is what it is. But my thing is, when you got these other guys joining in, and hell, I don't really give three damns. There's some dude, matter of fact, he's so irrelevant to me, I forgot his name, Stifler or some guy. He does that cat man shit. You guys might know who he is.
I know him.
But anyway, did he ask permission to use a fucking cat in his gimmick? Is he the only one that ever used a cat in his gimmick? Did he go back and did he ask
Ernest?
Yeah, did he ask Ernest, the black cat? Did he use cat as a gimmick? It's a fucking gimmick, you know what I'm saying? And nobody's seen a panda for 10 years. So that was where my thing comes in. It's like, hey, I give respect where respect's due. But nobody's finna tell me to ask permission like this motherfucker is a multi-million-dollar trademark panda. It's not happening.
That's where it goes. It's not a trademark gimmick.
Yeah, if it's not trademark, then
no copyright.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm not a lawyer. I date a paralegal. That's by association. But technically, XWW is the owner of that gimmick, since you are the guys that came up with the gimmick.
Right. And see, that's what the guy did. The guy said that, he said, well, he brought the panda gimmick to XWW. Okay, yeah, but where is he now? Like I said, it's been 10 years.
Well,
10 freaking years.
Who originally
whoever Panda was.
Technically, whoever was the event innovator of the character would be the said owner of the character, technically speaking. But it's been over 10 years. Like you said, it's been over 10 years since
because like I can't even tell you. It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years, so I have no idea. But yeah, he was the character in XWW. But like I say, it was a gimmick. We got so many gimmicks in XWW. Hell, if people didn't even know, Kane wasn't the original Kane. But who owned that gimmick? It was XWW. I mean, right. It was WWE or WWF at the time. But they repackaged to do it. Okay, you got people in these professions that are actually trademarked. They have to ask permission from Vince McMahon just to go somewhere else. They have to change their name when they go other places. But this is indies. And I'm like, okay, this is a panda dude nobody heard of for 10 fucking years.
If it was trademarked or copyrighted back then, as long as the copyright has not expired. That's the other caveat here. So, for example, somebody asked me about my content a couple weeks ago. They were asking me about my content and the XWW Roku thing. And I'm like, oh, this is simple. If you follow the content back, it goes to me. Then you see where my copyright's listed on it.
Right.
My copyright, all my shit's copyrighted.
Right.
So yeah, it's a distribution on XWW. It's a fucking wonderful partnership. It's still copyrighted to me, right? You see what I'm saying? And that's how the conversation went. But if the copyright's dead or the copyright's non-existent, then whoever's complaining doesn't have the right to complain. It's been gone forever. The character's over as shit. Unless, and I can only imagine if it's been 10 years, that gear's got to be musty as fuck. Like they walk in the room and they're gonna intoxicate people if they show up at Lenny Boy.
Listen, this panda, the little panda is totally new gear. It's totally new. It's not like we're reusing whatever.
No, but I meant that old gear is probably musty as fuck.
I promise you, he probably don't even know what that old gear is. And like I said, his fat ass probably can't even fit in it right now because he's much bigger than he was 10 years ago. But again, me being who we are, because hey, everybody knows Quest don't like drama. I don't like drama. So I try to do the right thing. I talked to the guy. I'm like, yo, come on out, make a cameo, make an appearance, go out in grandeur. But he didn't even respond. He didn't respond to me, but I got to deal with his followers and their little whatever. How you doing? I'm great. I got to deal with his followers, and I just thought it'd be funny. It's like when I tune in to you guys, I didn't see you had a special going on right now, so I thought I'd just jump in, throw that out there right now. That's my vent for the week.
I could dig it.
I mean, I don't know who it would have been because I haven't seen anything across my timeline, so it's obviously not somebody who's currently involved or anything like that in the business. So because 99% of the people that are on my Facebook followings shits are all current, active, or recent, So
Right.
I don't know who it is, but the reality is legally, if we're going, let's go to the legal route. Unless they have an active copyright, see ya.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is. But guys, I'm about to jump back on. I got some more riding to do. I love it. Like always, I love being on here. And every time I'm on here anyway, your ratings go up. So, you gotta love it.
Yeah, it helps out.
They do. We will see you for sure next Thursday night, though.
Yes, sir. Hey, but don't forget, you got to tell everybody this Sunday, Father's Day, Divine Barrel Brewery, Cam Jackson's block party.
Right.
Number 3. Listen, if you're on the network, ExtremeTVOnline.com for $4.99, you get the first 5 days free. You can go back and check out Block Party 1 and Block Party 2. They are still the most watched program that we've had on the network so far. So this one is going to be, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be bananas. They always are. This Sunday, June 18th, Father's Day, Divine Barrel Brewery. That's over in the notice section. Come on out. Bell time starts at 3, and it's going to be exciting. We're going to have a great time. And then that following Friday, we got Battlefield. We're back at Lenny Boy.
Yeah, well, I'm getting ready to go there. It's a great thing you told me that because I got 3 of the matches loaded up and ready to talk about. But you and I will talk about Battlefield next week for certain.
Sounds good. You fellas have a great one.
Hey, you too. Thank you, Quest. The guy's right. The guy's fucking right. And
that was crazy. That's a crazy question. Like I said, it goes back. If it's copyrighted, then yeah.
Yeah.
I got my stuff copyrighted, got my stuff trademarked, trying to copyright and trademark some other new stuff just in case. Protect yourself.
Look at this. That reminds me of the mini doinks that WWE had. Yep.
Yeah.
At a time. Oh, and look, here we go.
Manny Mac, here.
Let's see. It's not even the same costume music name. It's the second version. Okay. So it's a
It's kind of like King and then Armor King in tech.
I was thinking it's more like Halloween John Carpenter, Halloween Rob Zombie. Eh?
No.
Eh?
No, not
No?
really. No.
Well, there had to be licensing shit involved with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But let's see. Uh, dude wants a Facebook audience instead of tagging people directly. Keyboard warrior at its finest. Yeah. Um. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and talk about these shows, man, because
Yeah.
I've got some things that have got to get done.
Yeah, agreed.
So coming up, we're going to be talking about next week with Quest. We're going to be talking about Battlefield, but we also have another special guest next weekend. We have somebody coming on at 8. Going to give the guys some time. Just a man who wants to have a conversation about his life and professional wrestling. So stay tuned for that. But check this out. You've got Cam and Jordan defending against Christopher Prince and Nathan Cross.
That's a matchup.
That's going to be insane. I can't wait for this. Jada Stone in action against Lexi Steele. Oh my God. That is going to be fun. We've got Rob Killjoy versus Maurice Moss.
Wow. Maurice is coming up. That kid's just popping up in places and really showing out, man.
Look at this, man. Look, we've got some serious talent on this card. I can't wait. Buggy Wright. You got Kay Holiday. You got K.O. Mari. You got Thomas Extreme. Is that Kid Lightning? The King of Lightning down the bottom. I believe that's who that is. I think that's who that is. It's AJ Myers. You've got El Luchador. You've got Saeed Al Sabah, Manny Mac on the poster, and Sephiroth.
And then the I want to say the month of David. David's holiday, the birthday of David. Come celebrate David by coming to Manassas, Virginia. Here in Intense Action Wrestling. Wrestling comes back to the DMV area July 15th. My birthday weekend. Come out and see some of the exciting matches. Some of these matches have already dropped on the IAW Wrestling Facebook page, so check that out. We'll be talking about that card as closer to the date, and we may have some surprises as well, along with some of the talent. So definitely check that out. Tickets are still available. That is July 15th at the Martin K. Alloy Boys and Girls Club of Manassas in Manassas, Virginia, near my hometown. Come hang out. Come buy me a beer and watch wrestling live with me while I'll be calling the action.
I actually made an error. Are you ready for this?
What's the error? What's the error?
I went out of order. So on the 14th, the day before the 15th, come on out to the Waxhaw Tap House in Waxhaw, North Carolina for Extreme Warfare. These are free admission. These are television tapings.
Hold up. They got our boy Cliffy in the front. Look at that. He's straight in the middle with the belt. Look at that.
Yep.
You go places, Clifford. Look at that. That's dope.
Dude, these shows are carnage. Battlefield is a pay-per-view on June 23rd. That is pure carnage right there. I'm telling you, these shows are a blast. So if you don't know what to expect when it comes to a professional wrestling show, there's a handful of shows coming up this year that you need to see to get all that whole spectrum of what is professional wrestling is encompassed in the shows that we work.
Yeah, I mean, you get a little bit of everything. You get a little hardcore, you get a little tag team action, you get a little,
And look, normally you have to pay extra for hardcore and extra for tag team. Oh, we're talking wrestling. My bad. Sorry. Anyway, so back to the points here. Pro Wrestling Union returns for Heat Wave. That is Saturday, July the 22nd. Then Sunday, July 30th, Betrayal
versus
2023.
I'm hyped for this one. This is going to be a straight out fight, man.
these two are going to beat the living shit out of each other, and it's
And
going
Father's
to be.
been training, man. I've been seeing this guy doing his stuff in the gym, and he's been training. He's a beefy boy, but he's a speedy beefy boy.
Sweet Dream said, "I'm coming as Black Ass Panda." Awesome. That's awesome. That's that is going to be one hell of a title matchup, and we're going to have more on that card as we get closer. Body slams for book bags. This is coming in to you by Wrestling for Christ and View Church. Come meet Caprice Coleman and the Barbarian. They also have a guest speaker, Dr. Chris Whaley. I hope I pronounced that right. Before this, we're going to be getting somebody on here from this event to talk about it. But that'll be as we get closer.
Cool.
Coming up September.
Parade of Champions coming
Pro
to you
Wrestling
live.
Union. Look at this. The Good Doctor is coming back. Landon Hale is returning from the Northeast. He is coming back. Who's he going against? I don't know. But folks, this is not going to be something you want to miss. September 9th. You got this one.
I do.
Yeah,
Do I?
sure.
I wonder what's going to happen September 9th. Put it on. There we go. It's going to be UPW Part 2. UPW presents Uncensored September 9th in Raleigh, North Carolina. We got some big names. We have Bobby Fish, Alex King, Buff Bagwell in action, and the rest of the UPW stars with some new faces. It's going to be an amazing night of wrestling. You don't want to miss out. Be a big part of something that is going to just be going elevated every show here starting for UPW Uncensored September 9th. I'm going to be there live calling the action. You don't want to miss out. Tickets are available. Use that promo code Estacado. Save some monies on those tickets.
That's another poster for the same event.
You got some more faces. Go back. I'll point out some.
Oh, there's more
faces.
people?
Yeah,
Yes.
you got Audrey down there in the middle. You got Jada Stone. Let's see here. And yeah, you got some really big names on there.
Jay Malachi down the bottom?
Yeah, Jay Malachi. Wow, it's gonna be a stacked card. It's gonna be a long night of wrestling. Let me tell you.
It's going to be insane. Let's see here. CPW returns September 2023 to the Welford Pavilion. I know October 7th at the Jackson County Rescue Squad. Heroes to Legends comes back in Silva, North Carolina. They're both on October 7th again this year.
Oh man, you got to pick one.
Super Clash, and we're going to have to work on this. We're going to have to figure this one out. Because that's two events on the same day, and I can't possibly travel that far. That's Super Clash on October the 7th as well. We're going to have more coming in on these as we get closer. Guys, that is it for the show. Thank you all for tuning in. David,
joining us.
do you have anything else, man? Because, like, how much more can we get?
Not at the moment. I know I'm going to be doing Vikings Con again this year in November. That's in Maryland. So if you like Vikings Con, if you like Vikings the show, like Vikings in general, just history in general, come hang out and be a Viking for the weekend in November. It's the first weekend in November. Shout out to that. And just other things I'm working on.
I'm trying to make sure I got everything else covered. I'm pretty sure there is another one, but I don't think we quite have.
There's some stuff that we don't have all the information for.
Let me see. Yeah, so there's this thing. I don't have a poster for it yet. Let me see if there is one. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if there is a poster yet for this, because if there is, I'm going to have to share it. There is. I didn't have it. I did not have. This is my fault. My bad. Normally these are sent to me direct. I apologize. I had to go fetch this one, but it's cool. because we're going to talk about it. And this is in August as well. So I'll move this on up here to August. It goes right here. That'll be the Iron City Clash for Pro Wrestling Union. We're going to Blacksburg Middle School. It's a family-friendly event, fundraiser. All proceeds go to Blacksburg Middle School. This is going to be cool as hell. You can see that we've got some serious talent on the card. Heroes to Legends heavyweight champion, Haas Haygood, making the run down from Baltimore, Maryland to entertain the fans here in the Carolinas. You've got Black Cat, you've got Chase Emery, you've got Chris Prince, you've got Chris Vallow, and Buggy Wright and Bebop as well. Guys, this is going to be awesome. So that is a kick-ass fundraiser. Happy to be a part of that one as well. I think we're good now that we've covered everything.
That's it.
Now we've covered everybody. So
thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this evening for the Thursday Night Indie Spotlight. If you would like to be on the show or like to talk about your shows, your promotions, your talent, reach out to Ron and I. We'll definitely work with you.
Oh, definitely.
We got lots and lots and plenty of time. As you can see, we could do it. We have something special coming up. We'll open up our schedule to make sure that you're put over, your talent put over, your product is put over. We use our brand to put you over. That's what we do.
Yep. And judging by some of the conversations we've had with some of the talent who have gotten more bookings, I'm going to say that I think we do a pretty decent job of our job. So, you know what to do. And, oh, hey, Creepy. I see you there. Just wanted to let you know we know you're here. Anyway.
We love you, Creepy. Thank you for the likes, shares, and follows, and thank you for the view count.
Oh, yeah. And also, all the shares, dude. We had a ton of shares tonight. ICE shared, a bunch of the talent shared, Commodore Legion shared. There was just a ton of people sharing the product tonight. So thank you to all of you. We greatly appreciate it.
And if you would like to book us for your shows, please
just get in that text message, that direct message, whatever you want to do, and we'll figure something out from there.
Just slide into our DMs.
I don't know. That term kind of makes me feel like violations. I don't know.
Just hit us up.
That'll work
with
better.
You. Thank you again.
All right.
Until next time.
You guys have a good one, and we will see you
at the Indies.
Indies.
Deuces.